What flavor you got today?
I got a cran raspberry. I bought the variety pack of the new flavors.
I'm a fan of cran raspberry. I think that Redmond cran apple is my favorite.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I think that was a seasonal kind of a
that's
small batch release of that. Yeah,
I like it. Man, today's Tuesday. We didn't film on Monday because I was traveling.
You did the march.
Did the 50-mile march. We can talk about that. We got some competition stuff to talk about. We just did a launch. We had a busy weekend, man.
It was eventful.
It was eventful.
On a lot of different topics.
Let's start with the march because my feet are feeling it. Mm-hmm. So I went to Nebraska, linked up with Jamie Seaman, her husband Ben Seaman, and Joe Wilson. Jonathan Shane came with us. And we did the 50-mile march for veterans, 50milemarch.org. We basically marched from Lincoln to Omaha, Nebraska through the night. We started at 2 p.m. and we finished 22 hours later. Through the night, 22 hours represents 22 vets that take their lives daily. And we raised over $750,000. I'm not sure what the number is right now, but it was $750,000, $757,000 or something last I looked.
That's great. But it was more than just you guys. It was like 100 and some people.
Yeah,
right?
There was 166 of us that marched, and I think we had like 7, 8, 9, 10 that dropped out throughout the march. But one of our best finishing, we had a lot of people drop out last year because last year it was like, so they changed the route this year. I've done it 5 years in a row now. It's been going on 6 years. The original walkers, there was only 6 of them. Then the next year there was like 38 of us, and I was in that group. And then I've just done it every year since, and this was the 6th year. But last year and every year other than this year, the route has always been from the steps at the Capitol in Lincoln, Nebraska, on the highway the whole time to Omaha, Nebraska.
Through the night.
But just like on the highway, you're walking on the shoulder of the highway the whole way. It's like feet on the pavement. And last year it was obnoxiously hot and humid. And we had people dropping pretty frequently throughout the entire march. We had people, I remember we were going up the hill. There's like one hill, the very last mile. And you go up that hill, and then that's where everybody greets us at the finish. But there was one guy that was literally walking up that hill and trying to stop walking and be like done with it. And that's literally like physically the last hill. Like he was done. And like Jonathan and some other guy grabbed each shoulder and like drug him up the hill for the last little bit. But this year they changed the route, and it was like 30 miles of it was on like this scenic wooded outdoors trail with like, chipped limestone as the foundation.
Oh, nice.
So much more forgiving on your feet. And this was by far the easiest year physically for me. I was hurting by the end of it. By like mile 20, you're hurting. But yeah, I wasn't near the suffering that I had in years prior. The first year I did it, I was on crutches for a week after.
Oh, man.
And like today, I went for a run.
They had some prepping protocols and stuff in place, or?
Yeah, so this year they got a lot stricter with everything because there's more marchers, more safety hazards. So everybody had to do a 20-mile qualifier ruck. So we did that several months back. So 20 miles at a certain time with a certain weighted pack. So I knocked that out several months ago. And then I've just been, most people that do it are local to that area. So they'll have like planned practice rucks.
I've seen those online.
And they'll meet up and do like 10 miles on a weekend. I'm in Arkansas, obviously, so I didn't do those, but I was trying to walk a lot more the month of August. So I've been running 2 miles in the morning every morning, trail runs to kind of work on my ankles. You got some crazy creaking on your chair there, Chip. You hear that?
I don't think, hopefully the mics don't pick it up.
I don't think the mics pick it up,
it's like
but I can pick it up. I get some WD-40 over there. And then on the weekends, I would walk a longer distance. So first weekend in August, I did 5 miles, then 10 miles, then 15 miles. Then you and I did the last one before the march itself, which was like 22 miles that I did. And then you did 10 of those with me.
Yeah, I did halfway.
Or 11, I guess. And so my feet felt great. There's like basically, there was 6 legs of the trip. And then you have like sometimes an hour, sometimes 30 minutes. There's one 90-minute stop in between. That's basically like you get there and there's like a massive support staff there. So like they have your chairs ready to rock. They have like electrolytes ready, coffee ready, food for people doing that. And you just, priorities of work, they call it. You check your feet, make sure you doctor any blisters up. But my protocol was I would I've got it dialed in. This 5 years I've done it now. So basically I put salty Britches, which is like this lube that you just goob up all around your toes, up in your junk, up in your butt crack.
Anywhere you have chafing.
There would be chafing, you just lube up with that. And then I put like these really nice compression socks on. And I didn't even take my socks off after I put them on. So normally people take their socks off and doctor their feet up at each stop. I just goobed up, put my socks on, and I never took my socks off the whole time. Like I could tell that I didn't have any blisters. So I felt great. And I would just get to the spot, get some electrolytes in me, take my shoes off, elevate my feet, put my little eye mask on, and close my eyes for as long as I had before. It was like 20 minutes till we started again. Then I would put my shoes back on, goob up, and then start walking.
Nice. Did it cool off during the night? Like you guys walked through the night? Did it cool off?
Yeah, the weather was awesome this year. I mean, it was like much cooler. There was a cold front that came in the day prior, and it rained a bunch. So it was a little humid, but it was much cooler. So the weather wasn't crazy. It wasn't like 100 degrees like it has been in years prior. I think it was like 80 degrees the majority of the time. And then at night it cools down to like 50 or 60. So kind of chilly. I mean, you're wearing like sleeves.
That'd be comfortable.
It's comfortable, but you got like a layer of sweat on you. So like you're cold. So like I'm putting like my hoodie and everything on to kind of stay warm. And then we walk in those stints, and then like we walked to the longest stint was just under 12 miles, and there's like a little break in between, but in that little break there was no chairs. It wasn't like a formal break. It was just like a little breather before the rest of it. But most of the stints were like 10 miles, that 11 mile, 12 mile one, and then there's a couple shorter ones like 7 miles. But yeah, there was one guy, man, he's got my full respect. He doesn't have use of his legs. He's like a veteran that doesn't have the use of his legs. He did the whole thing in a wheelchair.
Wow. Manual just rolling.
Like there's footage of him going up this gravel hill in a freaking wheelchair, just like with his hands. And I'm like, man, no matter how bad my feet are hurting, I'll look at him and I'll be like, I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, if he can do it, you got nothing to complain about.
It is crazy, man. Like it is totally all mental. I mean, that first year I did it, I didn't prep at all. I bought a pair of shoes, didn't break them in, didn't wear socks. I mean, like my feet were blistered and bloodied by the first leg. And by the end of it, I felt like I was walking on club feet. And that's when I was doing that 1 mile run every single day.
Yeah.
So like the last 10 miles, I ran one of those miles with like club feet. Man, I was hurting.
That was a good lesson.
Yeah. So I conditioned my feet a little better now, and I got everything dialed in with the socks and what gear I need. But 50 miles is no joke, man. Like it's a lot.
It's pretty impressive.
And then Jonathan and I did push-ups at every stop. So we did 50 push-ups every stop, and it was cool, man. It was very cool.
Nice.
So we're gonna talk you into doing it next year.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not in prep next year.
That's true.
And it's cool is Jamie, Ben, Joe, and Jonathan are all in prep. So they were hitting their macros and everything throughout it all. And then one year I did, it was like we did the march the day before my peak week started. So I was super depleted at that point. But the lighter you are, because you're leaner, the easier it is.
I'm sure. Yep. So did you eat anything to offset all that caloric burn, or you just let it?
I was pretty much like, so I'm doing the alternate day fasting right now. So the day before the march was a feeding day for me. So I had an extra 1,000 calories. So it was like 6,500 calories for me that day. And then I didn't eat it all the first day of the march. And then once it hit the next day, I had like a little bit of food during the march. And then like not much, like one brick, I think. And then a meat stick. And then we had steaks that night.
Sweet.
So, but yeah, I dropped 5 pounds after the march was over. I had like 107,000 steps.
Wow.
The estimated caloric expenditure was like 10,000.
That's crazy.
So yes, it's pretty brutal, man.
That's a good day.
What shocks me though is like I'll start and I'm looking at everybody kind of not sizing them up because it's not like it's a competition like we're doing this for the veterans, but I'll look at people and I'm like, man, they've got, they're carrying a lot of extra weight. I'm watching them move, and there's like obvious, stress on their joints because they're like hobbling, and they're carrying weight, like they're carrying a lot of extra body fat. And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna make this, and they do, man. They do. It blows my mind. And then you have somebody that's like fit and trim and lean, and winds up bowing out you know. So
you never know.
It's all mindset.
Yeah,
for
mental
sure.
game, definitely.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it again next year. You'll do it with
Okay.
us. And you'll see all.
That could maybe that could be a retreat or something, or we could get a
that'd be
group.
pretty sweet.
Keto Savage group.
Yeah, a little
That'd be
savage
cool.
retreat.
Yeah.
Do some marching, raise some money for vets. I'm all for it.
Okay, sweet.
Speaking of retreats,
Yeah,
we're gonna do another one.
we were talking about that just the other day.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about this on the live call tonight for the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna. So we did a retreat this year in February with Bill Schindler. Awesome. And the way we've kind of formatted them is I'll book out a big Airbnb that everybody can stay in. We'll have one expert speaker, cap it at like 15 people tops, and it just be like the whole weekend and much more intimate. Like we're all staying in the same place. It's just way better. That as opposed to like a massive conference where it's just like you're just a number. There's a place for those too, obviously. I enjoy going to them. I enjoy speaking at them. I enjoy supporting them. But I like more of the intimate setting.
Yep.
So we did the one with Bill Schindler, which was awesome, in February. And we're going to start doing those probably on a quarterly basis, but we'll probably not do it third quarter because the competition will be typically in September. And then fourth quarter's up in the area because that's kind of when the holidays kick up, Thanksgiving, Christmas. But first and second quarter, for sure, going forward, we'll have a Savage Retreat. And the next one may be some type of obstacle course run where we just all get a big
Yes, I'm
Airbnb
down.
and sign up for like a Spartan race or go rough
Tough Mudder
challenge
or whatever.
Tough Mudder
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
So we'll get that dialed in, and that'll probably be. We might do one fourth quarter this year, or we might just hold it off and do first quarter next year. But that'll be in the works for sure.
I'm definitely in for that.
Yeah. Good.
Speaking of the competition, Jay Shane just left here. He's headed home, but he dropped a pretty cool, exciting announcement regarding the competitor swag bags for our competition in September.
Our swag bags are going to be next level.
Man, I was just doing the math on like what's going to be in there, and you're going to get more stuff in your swag bag than it even costs you to register to compete.
Yeah, and it's not like cheesy stuff that you'll never use. Like a lot of times I'll go to a show and I'll get a swag bag, and it's like a crappy bag with like a 100% polyester like shirt that's been like heat stamped, and then like some supplements that I would never use. This
Or like bars,
or like a bar, so stuff I would never really use. This year, what is the dollar value at currently?
It's like $180 or something like that.
Yeah,
in
so almost
climbing.
$200.
So you're gonna get Jay Shane. He's the man behind Performance Gains supplements, and he just dropped a new flavor. He's dropped 2 flavors now of his sleepy supplement, Peaceful Dreams, I guess it's called. And he's going to give everybody a full-size canister. And
So
that's like
full-size
$50,
canister.
$50. And then Redmond Relight, I had a call with them yesterday. They're giving everybody a full-size canister of Relight Immunity and a full-size canister of Relight Energy. There's, $90, $100.
So no single serve nonsense.
No single
This
serve.
is
No,
like
but they're also going to
full-blown.
give everybody a 7-stick pack sampler pouch, and that's another, I don't know, $20, whatever. And we've got Keto Brains on board. They're
doing
stocking everybody.
creatine.
We're giving everybody samples of Keto Brains Nootropic Coffee Creamer and the creatine stick packs that they just dropped. They're 5 milligrams of creatine monohydrate in a travel-friendly little stick pack, which is amazing. What else we got? We got, obviously, you're going to get a shirt.
The swag bag itself is like nice. Like it's like a fabric, not like one of those plasticky ones. A branded water bottle that my uncle's making for us. And then we got a full keto brick, obviously.
Oh, yep.
So that'll be in there. The shirts are the ones that we're printing in-house, so high-end shirts. And
we've got some other promotional
Carnivore bar.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Carnivore
Holy
bar's
cow! I
gonna be
forgot
in
about Carnivore bar.
Yep.
Yeah, full-size Carnivore bar.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is top-notch, thanks to them. And there's some other promotional stuff in there for some local, like Relax and Renew Med Spa here in Farmington, and Competitors Edge Massage. Competitors Edge.
It's a hard word.
Yeah, massage. They're throwing in some goodies, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
Like
stoked.
our show
I'm excited to be in the show just for the swag bag.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but it's going to be, you're going to get a stockpile.
So this is my first year as promoter, obviously, and you've been helping me a lot get everything organized because you and I both competed a bunch. I've judged a bit. It's like, okay, I know what a good show looks like, and I want to do that and then some. And initially, like, it's like, man, we don't have very many registrations. Like, there's a lot of things, moving pieces that haven't come together yet. Like, hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it won't, but I'm going all in with it. But now, a month out, this show's going to be badass, man. Like, we've got so much support, so much branded everything. Like, regardless of how many competitors we have, and I think we'll have a pretty good turnout. We've got a pretty good turnout already registered for the first show, which is awesome. But, like, whoever's there is going to be treated like freaking royalty.
Yeah. I'm excited. This is going to be...
They're just going to keep spreading the positive word of mouth, and it's going to be a good thing.
This is going to be the kind of show where... This is the inaugural year. This is going to be the kind of show where people that compete in it are going to be like, dang, that was awesome. I want to try to keep that one on my calendar for next season or the following season or whenever they compete again. That's kind of how I felt when I went to... I'm actually wearing the shirt, the Wisconsin Warrior. Tony and Courtney Spaeth put that one on, and that was the kind of show I helped out backstage several years expediting. And I always thought, man, they do it. This is a fun show. It's high energy. The music is awesome. The lighting is awesome. It's in a performing arts center that's like top of the line, cutting edge, modern. It was just a really exciting, awesome experience versus going to some old smelly gymnasium or like conference room in a hotel or whatever. And they have to build the stage and they have to bring the lights in and they got speakers on stands and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not talking down on. I'm just saying, like, when you compare the two. And that's what this year's going to be like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
We spared no expense. Like, the venue is the best venue I could get. Like, everything is just the best. Like, if my name's on it, I want it to be just like, we're striving for excellence here. And I feel like we'll be able to deliver that on
and
show day.
we had, like, top of the line, one of the awesomest hotels in our mind. Like, we were going to go do... What was the name of that one that was booked?
It was like the Graduate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was right on par with the kind of standards we're trying to set. And it just so happened that they were booked out or had it all set up for a football game in town. So, but we'll have to keep them in mind maybe next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because it's like a Notre Dame football game that same weekend. All the hotels are booked except for the one we got. And that, from a convenience standpoint, is going to be perfect.
That's actually going to work really, really well because
Yeah,
it's within walking distance from Ozark Gym.
Right off the highway from people flying in. Not far from the airport, right off, literally within walking distance of the gym, which is the host gym, which is where we're going to be doing the tanning and the competitor check-ins on Friday. And the competitors can lift for free. So that's cool. But so the convenience with the hotel is there. I don't know it. I've never stayed at that hotel, so hopefully the quality's there too. That's the only thing that I don't know for sure.
Realistically speaking, though, you're not spending a whole lot of time there.
Yeah.
You come in, you tear off the bed sheets, you put your own sheets on there, you get a good night's sleep, and then everything else, happens.
We got to think of something cool to do the next day on Sunday for anybody that's in town still and wants to link up.
Well, some people will have photo shoots. I've got a photo shoot at Ozark.
Yeah.
And whoever else is signed up for the full-blown photo shoot, that'll happen there. But yeah, after that, it'd be awesome if we could...
Maybe we can do
get the gang together.
I don't know. We'll think of something cool. I'll do some brainstorming. But like, the food is going to be legit too.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So I think we mentioned this previously. But there's been some more details added. So my dad is coming in. He's going to be bringing his massive smoker that he built. He's going to have 16 pork butts in there. He's going to start smoking that on Friday, and he's going to have the trailer, the smoker, like everything there at the footsteps of the venue. And then Stan, who was at Bill Chandler's retreat, he's got he does all regenerative agriculture. He does it right, like he rotates everything, like he's giving us a full farm tour, like he does it as it's supposed to be done. And he's got these chickens that are like meat bird chickens that he's raised, rotated, done the whole chicken tractor thing. He moved them like twice a day, every single day throughout their bringing up process. He charges $27 a bird for those things, basically. So significantly higher quality than what you're going to get at any grocery store.
Oh yeah, it's not Golden Plump.
Yeah, we bought a bunch of those, and he's going to be on site cooking the chicken. So all the competitors, all the judges, and as long as supplies last, the attendees will have smoked pork butt and grilled chicken. That's like super high quality.
That'll be awesome.
That'll be good.
That'll be so. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
it's coming up quick. We're barely over a month out.
Yeah, like it's right around the corner. I think 32 days or 31 days, something like that.
So if you're still on the fence about registering, definitely get registered. Swag bags are going to be legit. Plus, we're doing a weekly drawing for any registrants that we have signed up to win some extra goodies day of show. And it's going to be It's going to be an
Yeah.
experience. Yep.
Naturalstatesavages.com. It's going to be good.
.com.
What else is new? So while I was marching, I called you.
Mm-hmm.
It was like literally the final march, the final mile of
On
the
Sunday.
march. Yeah, on Sunday. As I'm walking up that last hill, before I crested that hill to be met by the greeting party, I called you at 11:50.
Mm-hmm.
And since I was marching and not at the computer, you were filling in for me, and you made the keto bricks live on the site. And we launched, for the first time ever, both Carnivore Cake Pop and Carnivore Primal Fudge simultaneously. Because like we've launched them both independently, and that's always gone over well, but people are always like, man, I wish they were both up there at the same time so I can just stock up on carnivore bricks. So we had both ingredients on hand, so we just made a solid batch of both flavors. And
Thousands. Yep.
Yeah, we got both Primal Fudge and Cake Pop up for grabs right now. So
Yep. Still in stock.
yeah, still in stock. And that was the first time I've ever not been the one on the computer for the launch. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but
It was fine.
you rocked it.
Yeah.
You rocked it.
It's not a tricky task. Also, speaking of Cake Pop, we've got a different style tallow in a lot of
Yes.
those. We should mention that.
Yeah, so the Primal Fudge was made with the tallow that we've been using. The Carnivore Cake Pop that we made the week prior to last week was made with the tallow that we've been using. The Cake Pop that was produced with, I think, production dates of August 18th, 19th. No, I think it's 19th, 20th, and 21st. So those 3 dates. If you have a Cake Pop, you look over on the package by date or package date, and it says 19, 20, or 21. Those were made with a new variation of the tallow. So same supplier, but same high quality tallow, grass fed, finished, all that good stuff, but different rendering process. So this tallow, because it was rendered differently, it's got a little bit less moisture activity. All the tallow is well below the USDA guidelines and whatnot, so you were good there. But like this one was even lower, which means the texture is a little bit different. It's a little bit more solid, not near as much as the cacao-based bricks, but more so than some of these later-based tallow bricks. So it's a little bit harder and a little bit more stable in that regard. And it's just a little bit different from a taste and texture standpoint. I believe this rendering process has even higher nutritional profile.
It's superior.
So it's always kind of curious to see how people respond and what the feedback is from that. But
I like the new version better, to be honest. And I like Cake Pop. It's not my favorite flavor. The previous tallow, it's not my favorite flavor just because I like other ones even more. But this might be...
It's up there.
Yeah, it's right up in there. So the Cake Pop, I like to eat out of the refrigerator. So when it's cold. And it's got a whole new flavor profile and texture when it's cold with this new tallow. It's pretty dang good.
Yeah, so if you get one of those bricks, let us know what you think, because we're always trying to just push the envelope, get better and better and better. Again, striving for excellence. So if any of y'all get Cake Pop made with those 3 dates, let us know how you like them relative to the other variations of Cake Pop. The macros are all the same. All the profile's all the same. It's just slightly different rendering process, which resulted in different texture and slight variation in taste. But everybody that I've had sample it thus far has been a fan. So I'm excited about it. So we'll see.
Me too.
It's always nerve-wracking, though, when you, like, put out a product and wait for feedback, But hopefully it's all positive. It's also getting cooler outside. Like this week, there was a cold front came in. It's like 80 degrees right now.
Yeah, even yesterday was like, when I left,
degrees.
it was 66.
Yeah, so
hoodie
hopefully we are on the tail end of people getting melted bricks. And, like, I hate the melted bricks. Like, I hate people getting melted bricks, but, like, there's not really any way to hedge against that unless we start packaging with dry ice, and that would get crazy expensive for everybody. We might offer that next year as, like, this, super expensive shipping option. But the new packaging obviously keeps it from leaking, and then people can pop it in the fridge. And that's honestly how I kind of like to eat it.
Yeah, the new packaging isn't intended to keep them from melting.
Yeah.
It's keep them from leaking if they do melt.
Exactly. So, but again, there's only 4 months out of the year where it's like high risk of melting. So hopefully we're on the tail end of that and people can start getting bricks that look like bricks instead of blobs.
Yep.
So should be good.
Beautiful.
I didn't see you all weekend, man. Anything new and exciting in your world?
Hiked 11 miles at Devil's Den.
I saw that.
Yeah,
You didn't get mugged, did you?
I did not get injured, but some of my favorite trails were still closed, and I'm assuming they're the ones connected to what they're still investigating out there. If you hadn't heard, there was a multiple murder situation last month at some of the
It was last month?
trail. I think it was last month, July, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it in August? I forget. But I had tried to go out there the previous weekend, and everything was roped off. Caution tape, do not enter. And I saw they posted something online earlier last week that they were going to reopen some of the trails. So I zipped down there and went for an 11-mile hike. And I wasn't planning on going 11 miles, and it took me almost 4.5, 5 hours-ish. But once I started going, I just was like, man, this is just great. Just loving the outdoor, the weather, the fresh air, the sunlight. But I found myself hitting some of the trails that snaked way off, like off the beaten path, 0 phone service, 0 people, 0 trail maintenance. And I was every so often I would get like a weird chill, from like head to toe. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, my instincts are telling me something might be watching me right now. Like you just get that weird irky feeling. So I would stop and I look around, and I don't want something like preying on me from up in a tree or, because I was in obviously wilderness country, and I'm thinking, man, I need to get like I carry a knife. I have hesitated to carry my gun just because I don't have like a real comfortable way to carry it right now when I'm hiking and sweaty and hot and so I'm thinking maybe I should just get some bear spray, because they make some pretty decent long range bear spray, deterrent sprays, something that'll just take care of any type of wildlife. But I made it. I'm thinking even if I had to send a text right now, no go.
Not happening.
No go.
There's something good about that though, man. Like
it was so peaceful.
Yeah.
Just not if nobody could reach me if my phone just was not going to go off.
Yeah, so. And I feel like when you get off the beaten path, because I experience this when I'm hunting a lot. Like there's no cell service. Nobody could find me if I needed them to. So there's like this element of risk involved. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that is liberating. Like men especially, like we need to have risk where like it all is on you to get back safely. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we need that, It was cool. And then when I made the huge long loop and came back and started hearing voices, and I was getting closer to the campground and everything, I could smell bacon, and I'm like, all right, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. I made it and survived, but it's good. Yeah. I want to start doing, like off the grid, like back country hunting, where it's like you go out there, you pack everything you need in your bag, and you're just like off the grid, dude. Like I was listening to a book, and it was staged in Alaska, and they were doing caribou hunting in Alaska, like where they have to literally get flown in via one of those puddle
like
jumper planes.
Float plane.
Yeah, and like the plane's not coming back for 3 weeks, so like they scheduled to pick you up in 3 weeks, so you do everything, and then you meet back there, and hopefully you meet back there.
Yeah, you're either there or not.
Yeah. So like something like that, I could totally get behind.
I've been in the Boundary Waters several times. Mm-hmm. Actually, the first time I think I went, I was a kid in church youth group, and they took a whole bunch of us out, and that was my first introduction into the Boundary Waters, way up in northern Minnesota, kind of borderline of Canada. But that's pretty sweet.
That's some pretty country.
Oh man, there's you see no wires, no phone towers, no power lines. You don't hear any motors because you go in where there's no motors allowed. You pack everything in that you're going to take in, and you have to make sure you have room to bring whatever you don't use or don't eat or trash back out with you. You're on your own. Like you have a map, you have the portage from lake to lake, everything that you have in your canoe or on your body, you have to carry. Some of those portages were several miles. So you're carrying a canoe on your shoulders. You got a huge like Duluth pack on your back, and then you turtle pack, I guess they call it. So you have another huge stuffed pack on the front of you, so it helps kind of balance you forward to backward. And you're just huffing it up some of these steep inclines. They're rocky terrain. They're not maintained. No one takes care of them. It's pretty wild. And then you come out and you're like, holy crap, it's a whole new part of the world that you just never really get to experience when you're surrounded by technology and the hustle bustle.
Yeah, it's such a distraction. Like phones are, I mean, they're a great tool, but like, man, they're such a distraction. And like people, they don't even know how to not look at their phone. Like when you get on an elevator and everybody just automatically, like you got multiple people in an elevator, like nobody even looks up and says,
you don't even, I know, you don't even interact with people anymore. Yeah. Even on the street. Like I've been trying to go out of my way to just interact with random strangers on a day-to-day basis. You know, if I see someone, I'll smile or say, hey, or nice shirt or something like that, because half the time society now, you encounter a stranger and instead of initiating any type of individual contact, you just look down or you look away. It's like society needs a little.
It's weird though, man. Like talking about, you know, that mugging that happened. And I don't know that situation, so this is not really a good example. But just like mugging in general, like people getting robbed, people getting broken into, people just, you know, being harmed. It's like so much of that, not all of it, but a lot of that could be resolved simply by like how you carry yourself. Because like so many people look like victims, like easy targets. Like they're hunched over, they're looking down,
paying attention.
They're not paying attention. They're not observant, and they just look like prey. You know, whereas if you walk around with your chin up, your shoulders back, making eye contact, having a firm handshake, like we take that for granted, but nobody ever really messes with me. And I'm not a tall guy. Like I don't feel like I look very like intimidating, but nobody ever messes with me. And I think a large part of that's simply because I carry myself with confidence.
Your demeanor.
Yeah. And I feel like if you carry yourself with confidence, your people are less likely to mess with you. Cause like, okay, that guy's got something going on. I'm not gonna, he's not gonna be my first target to go try and attack and mug or something, you know? So yeah, how you carry yourself is key. And you can't carry yourself well if you're constantly looking at your phone,
That's
being
true.
distracted. So there's that. But I think they teach a lot of that in like martial arts and like jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like when I put Rigel in jiu-jitsu at some point, he's probably going to get the conversation of like, look, this is how you carry yourself, you know, from the instructor. I'll have that conversation with him too, but it'd be good. I'm excited about that. I had a dream about jiu-jitsu last night.
Really?
Yeah, I had a dream that I went to my first jiu-jitsu class and everybody was like, don't mess with that guy. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So
that'll be fun. Are you gonna do jujitsu with him when he's in class, or
I don't know? I gotta go there and like see how that's involved. Like I wouldn't just drop him and leave him, but I'm pretty sure it's like age 3 to 5, and there'll be a dedicated instructor there. I don't know if they have other classes going on simultaneously. What would be cool is if they had like an adult class and that class going on at the same time, and then he and I can both go into our own classes.
Right.